It's a brand new week. I hope y'all had a great day. I decided I would wear my orange watch. Kind of like a trademark of the channel, I guess, huh? As well as the tea. To set the mood for yet another week of ASMR Money Mentor. So this is episode number 63. I'm going to continue and number the episodes for Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. However, being that this is now July, if you're watching this real time, in 2024, I have now, as you know, completed documenting the multiple years that I spent growing my wealth from 0 to 1.5 million as a net worth. And as you know, I'm incognito somewhat. So nobody really knows who I am, which is kind of silly. I know. But it's part of the theme of the channel, if you will. So let's just go with it, shall we? And as you know, I also produce episodes that help you sleep on Tuesdays and Thursdays, where, as you know, I have typically been creating them with no ads in the middle so that you can relax. So, again, this is episode 63, Monday, July 1st. We're going to talk about the sound of paper money this week. This is part 1 of 3, where I'm going to give you a little bit of a history of paper money, and also I'm going to revisit my past money mistakes. I know some of you are new to my channel, so maybe you haven't heard my story, so stay tuned. If you have heard it, then I want you to hear it again, because I think by repeating our stories, my story, and of course you have a story, it keeps us committed to our goals over the course of many years. Because if we don't stay on track, what happens? We don't build wealth. And I think that would be a travesty. So, again, today, Monday, July 1st, episode 63, The Sound of Paper Money. I will talk through my past money mistakes. But come back on Wednesday, July 3rd, for episode 64. We'll continue and talk through the envelope system, because I want you guys, for those of you that are still working on building a budget, I want you to get back to basics. And in fact, I think throughout the rest of 2024, I may produce episodes on getting back to basics. So stay tuned. I think basics are critical in making sure that we stay on track. Now, episode 65, however, on Friday, we will be talking about learning to value this coin has significance to me, and I want to share that with you. So definitely come back on Friday. So, the sound of paper money in a minute. I'm going to be talking through what's in this wallet. What's in your wallet? Yeah, what a brilliant campaign that is. What is a Capital One? Unfortunately, for most people, what's in their wallet is a bunch of debt that they're paying very high interest on. And you know, we do not want that. So, in a few minutes, I'll be talking through what's in my wallet. But you know, in preparation for this episode, in considering paper money, I wanted to share with you that the very first banknote was back in many years ago in the 7th century, if you can believe that, in China, in the Tang and Song dynasties. And paper money, in terms of the roots of paper money, were that merchants had receipts of deposits. And as merchants worked with wholesalers, they desired to avoid the heavy bulk of copper coinage, especially when they were working through large commercial transactions. So there you go, a little bit of history for you. Now, in Europe, paper money was introduced in the 13th century, where travelers such as Marco Polo, who was born in 1254 in Venice, where he traveled to Asia from 1271 through 1295. And his travels to the Orient provided Europeans with a clear picture of the East geography and ethnic customs, and was the first Western record of things like porcelain, gunpowder, some Asian plants and animals, and of course, paper money. I find that very inspirational. Can you believe it? All those many years ago, people were, of course, on this planet trying to get by like all of us are. And they developed their own system of paper money. His travels also then inspired people like Christopher Columbus and many other world travelers. Amazing. So, we'll be talking, as I mentioned, a little bit later this week about the value of a dollar, but just think for a moment about all of those past civilizations and people on this planet that were doing their best, as I just mentioned, to get by, to figure out how they're going to survive on a planet and feed themselves, care for their families, is the sound of paper money. In fact, many of you are very young. You may not even know what paper money is. So I'm going to take a few minutes and I'm going to open up my wallet and take out paper money. By the way, I rarely have cash, and we'll be talking again later this week about the value of $1 and cash in and of itself. And in my hand, I have $80. Because as you guys know, I was traveling recently. I produced some videos in hotels, in Airbnbs, and I always take cash with me. But I never have cash if I'm not traveling, believe it or not. But just listen to this money. Do you know who's on the $20 bill for those of you that are in America? Andrew Jackson. And at the very top, it says Federal Reserve Note. We rarely take the time to really look at paper money. There's a seal on the left that says the United States Federal Reserve System. And it says this note is legal tender for all debts, public and private. And it has some